Hi everyone. I thought today we would do something a bit different. So I'm going to show you how to draw a spiral. I see lots of people asking how do you do spirals when I look on different pages on Facebook, etc. So I thought, well, let me show you. So I need to find the centre of my canvas. Which I painted before with acrylic paints. Had 2 coats of paint on it. Right, so I know where my centre is. Doing that. Let me just rub off any extra lines. I'm going to zoom in, don't worry. So, just zoom in so you can see a bit closer. Okay, so to draw a spiral you need a compass. I have a compass here and I have a pastel pencil in it, white pastel pencil, and I've got my favourite little rubber there in case I need it. Now, that's a putty rubber. The first thing I'm going to do, so we've got the centre in the middle, so we know where that is. So now I'm going to draw a line. Actually, first of all, I'm going to draw a dot. So I'm going to do this with 2 centimetres, okay? So I'm putting a dot where the 2 centimetre line is on my ruler, all right? And now I'm going to draw a line it's about even, doesn't it? You know what? I am such a perfectionist sometimes. I need to know, sorry. Right, so come on. So you want about 30. Oh, it was not bad. 15, there you go. Right, so it's 30 centimetres square, this one. Right, so I'm going to draw a line from the middle to that mark I just made there. Okay. Don't press too hard because you're going to be rubbing that line out later. So you really don't want to press too hard. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to, I'm going to label my dots. So the centre dot I'm going to call A, and my second dot I'm calling B. Right, okay, so we've got A and B there. Now I'm going to draw a line going across. Now you don't want to press too hard because you're going to rub this out afterwards. So you might just about see it. Yeah, I think you will. Right, okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my compass point in A and make it so it goes on to B. Okay, so then you see that A to B. Then I'm going to swing the compass round until it reaches this line. Okay, so now we move the compass point to B, where if it was an A we put it into B, and we pull the compass out so that it will actually match this line here, and then we twist the compass round until it's reached this line here. Now where before we was an A, now we move the compass point to, so it was in B, now we put it back into A, and we stretch the compass out until it matches this line here. Okay, can you see that? So I'm in A, not B. And then we swing the compass round until it gets to the next line. Okay, so now we go back to compass point B, stretch the compass out until it reaches this line again, and then we swing the compass round until it reaches this line here. Then we put the compass back into point A, and then we stretch the compass out again until it reaches the line we've just drawn. We swing that round until we've got to this line again. Then we move the compass from A and we put it into B. Stretch the compass out until it's reached that right line again. This isn't the best the compass to use, but it's the best one for me to put my pencil in, so which is why I use it. Pull the compass round until it reaches the edge, reaches that line again. See that? So now we move the compass into A, stretch the compass out until we've reached this line again, and then we twist the compass round until it's reached this line again here. Then we go into B. It's going to be tricky because I don't know if this is actually going to stretch that far. Oh yeah, I'll just about get there. Yeah, just about. And whoops. And then we twist that round, and then we end up off the paper. But if we carry on twisting it, sorry, off the board, we will find that we actually get the corners in. Actually, I can't actually do that one. Well, yeah, I can, but it wouldn't be even. So I'm going to rub that out, because we would have made the compass wider if we'd been able to reach. So it would have gone off the paper to, get my pen out, it would have gone to there. So let's see if I can go into A and make the compass a little bit of go to, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I think I'm going to have to wing it. No, I'm not going to be able to. So I'm going to leave that like that for now. Yeah, I'm happy with how that is. So that, my dear friends, is how you draw a spiral using compass. My creative juices are in full flow. Because I don't know what I want to do with this yet, because I haven't made any plans at all, I'm going to have some fun. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use my, my flip. Oh, sorry, I'm just reaching for a sharpener. I just need to sharpen my pencil a little bit. Because if you don't, you end up with it being too, the lines being too fat. Right, so I have put my stencil, and I want to make sure I can see this hole here, because that is the centre of it. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the corners with them lines that I've already drawn. Just said we might rub out, I haven't decided yet. Right, so this is the line that was going across, and I've got them going through the edges of the stencil. Nearly. Yeah, that's it. So now, because I love an optical illusion, so if there is a chance of doing that, then I will do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some extra lines just in case I decide I want to play with this a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to draw in, whoops, the long lines. Do that quickly. Oops. Now what else I'm going to do is, make sure I've got that centre still. Yeah. I'm going to draw around the edge. That might make for something interesting as I'm going along. As I say, I might not use these lines, I'll just rub them out if I don't. But before I've got paint on there, and I don't want to damage paint once it's been put down, makes more sense to do this first. So I think I'm happy with that. Let's take that off and see what happens. Ooh, we've definitely got some interesting lines going on there. Okay, so this is my plan. I have all my rods out, and what I'm going to do is, to help create the optical illusion, I've got them all in size. So I'm going to start off with the smallest rod, or dowel, whatever you call them, and I'm going to dot all the way around the spiral, and every now and again I'll move up to the next size until we're getting quite big at the top. As we've reached more, I don't know yet. So I'm going to go quiet, but just letting you know what I'm doing. I'm using silver, my silver DecoArt paint. So hopefully it's going to show up really good. As you can see, I've run out of dowels. I've done 5 dots in each colour, but I've still got a lot of circle to do. So I'm going to bring out, what should I use? My cork, maybe? This is where I need, just to look at something I did earlier. In one watch the video on tools I created, I tried out different things. So that was my cork, which is next size up from that, and I've also got a door handle which I could use if I needed to. So how many would we get? We would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so I need at least 2 more. Okay, so let's go for it. Right, I've decided to go for a party pink. Need quite a bit of pink for this. Now we're going to go back to the rods again. This time I'm going to follow these lines up. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to start with the blue one, and the blue one is the 10mm, because I want to put a dot in the middle. So I'm going to do that first. Okay, that's it. That loud bang was the rod falling off my lap, in case you wondered what that noise was. Right, so then I'm going to use the, I'm going to go for the purple one actually, 4mm. So I'm going to start off with the 4mm, and I'm going to go from the beginning of that line so if I put I think I'm going to do every other one. Go. Now I'm going to go for the smallest one, 3mm, and I want 1.5. So it doesn't matter what colour I have, because all of them have got 1.5 on the other end. So of these ball pens. So I'm going to bring this line up to just to the first part each time, till I reach the silver. So I'll speak to you soon. I'm going to find a colour to go in the middle of the two. So back in a minute. As you can see, I decided to take it all to the middle. Now I went to my next colour, and I'm going for my favourite. Certain colours I'm just so drawn to. Right, so this time I'm using turquoise. So I need a colour that's going to really jump off the page. Right, I'm going to go back to my rods, dowels, whatever you want to call them. And this time, I want to keep this going where I can. So, that's not the smallest, is it? Right, so we're in the clear one, which is 3mm. Purple rod. There it is, it's hiding. Okay. And then I've got the next size, which is the yellow one. So next I need my pink one, which is 6mm. Now I need my green one, which is the 8mm. That's quite effective, isn't it? I like that. Really like that. And I'm going to do one more colour using the same thing. Now what colour shall I use? I've got silver, blue, turquoise. So I think I'm going to go for lilac this time. I have let this dry, but now I've decided on my next colour. So I'm now going to use orange pure pumpkin. I'm going to do one more row of circles. Now I'm going to bring this line in. So I need. This is all going to be done with the smallest, the clear dowel. This one. I just want to bring this in a little bit more. So just going to bring that around a little bit more. Now I shall repeat that with the turquoise. Now with the lilac, keep calling it lilac because it is lilac to me, but it's actually called lavender. And now I'm going to do the orange. So remember, I didn't do the last one above that last turquoise one. Right, so now I want to... Let me zoom in so you can see clearly. So if you look, you'll see that where I carried on the silver to here, I stopped the turquoise one in between the first two, and then with the lilac I stopped one short. I didn't do one above that last turquoise, and then with the orange I didn't go above the last lilac one. Okay, what do I want? Yellow dowel in the silver. I'm going to put that in the middle. Now I'm going to bring out the spiral line. I'm just trying to decide what colour I want to use for that. To go for a colour that's not really in your face, I'm going to use burnt sienna. If I can get the lid off. Ah, yeah. I want this lines not so much to stick out in your face, but to be more a suggestion, subconscious suggestion. So, what tool am I going to use for this? I'm going to use what size is this one? 2 point. No, this is a 3. That's what I want, the blue one. Right, so I'm going to use a 2.5 to do this next bit. And I'm just going to do dots where I can see the pencil line still. And it doesn't matter if later on I end up going over it or whatever, for any reason. That's what I've decided to do. I don't know how much this is going to show up. Yeah, it's just a suggestion more than anything else. As you can see, I've done the burnt sienna on the original pastel lines for the spiral, and I like the way that it's a bit hard for you to tell because the light is reflecting on the paint, but it is so subtle, just there, just like barely there. So what I want to do is I'm going to find another brown, and this time I'm going to use burnt umber, which is different kind of brown, and I'm going to do a line just slightly inside, but first of all I need to check to make sure this isn't going to be too dark. No, it looks like it's going to be alright to me. So using the same stylus, yes, I'm going to go just slightly inside the original lines. I've got to be careful because a lot of this paint is still wet. Right, so I've gone on the inside of the spiral with the darker brown, and I know you can't really see it on camera. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit so you can see. But it does actually show up, which is quite nice because it makes it look like a bit of a shadow, which gives that line a little bit of the lighter brown lifts it off the canvas a little bit more. So now we're going to work on, if you remember at the beginning, I drew around the template. Do you remember that square in a diamond shape? So now I'm going to use black with the 2.5 inch hook, not hook, I don't know what to call these, stylus. And I'm going to go over the chalk line, but where there is a colour over the top of the chalk line, obviously I won't do that bit because I want it to look like that black line is behind all the colours that are on there. So I shall also miss out where there is actually part of the spiral, because I want it to look like that square is behind it all. Okay. If you look, bring it up a bit closer. Can you see that? See how it looks like it's behind everything else? What I do feel is, I feel I need to bring this spiral out a bit more. So I'm going to look for a lighter brown. So I can just bring it out that little bit more. So, okay, so I was just going to use a darker colour, but I actually decided to stay with the burnt sienna, the first light colour brown that I used. I'll bring this up closer for you. Now, if you look, you'll see what I've done is, remember I did the original line, which had been chalked, then I put a darker line in, and then what I've done is, with the burnt sienna, I've come round the other side, so the darker one is in the middle, because I think it makes it come off more, comes out more. I'm really pleased with this. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to put a little black dot in the middle of the silver to help to bring in the black square. Every good mandala should have a focal point in the middle for people to look at. In my opinion, anyway. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I really hope that I've inspired someone here. I'm just sorry about the wobble. I'm just taking my camera off the stand. Right. So as you can see, so visually you've got quite a lot of different things going on there, because you've got this outer circle and you've got the square as well, and then you've got all the shapes, you know, where are the shapes coming from? I really hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have. Thank you for watching.